Hi, I'm Eric Dewey from the Socially Awkward Studios, Science and Beer, and Her Majesty's Secret Podcast, and you're listening to another proud presentation of the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Check out more shows at foureyedradio.com.
Hey listeners, Eric here, also known as Trekkie B47, from the Starfleet Escape Podcast and the Ranger Command Power Hour. The more phenomenal episode you're about to listen to is brought to you by Raven Designs, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit ravencruise.com.
Yeah, how we doing, world?
She's going to shine tonight. Make her mine tonight.
She's got to be. That was a little Jackson Browne.
JB.
For everybody's ears. I always like that song because I just like thinking, sitting at a bar with your buddy and looking at some chick and looking at your buddy like, yeah, she's got to be somebody's baby.
Is he literally saying that she was a baby at one point, or that she... Is that what he's trying to get at? He's trying to give her a baby?
Like, oh, she's got a father somewhere?
Or maybe it might be like...
I think he's insinuating that somebody's putting it down on her later.
Really? Yeah, trying to make a baby, maybe.
She's got to be somebody's baby.
All
or
right.
I never know if he's looking at her as a defeated man and saying, she's got to be somebody's baby. Or is he looking at her and saying, she's got to be somebody's baby. I'm going to make her my baby tonight.
Okay, yeah.
Spank her.
No, I don't think he wants to smack her. Well, he might want to smack her, but not in the bad way.
Spank her, yeah.
Spank her, yeah.
You got to spank the
Let
baby
her know.
sometimes.
Let her know how he's feeling. That is a solid song, dude. JB's got a nice catalog. You sent me a picture of Jackson Browne
coming out of the water.
Yeah, coming just his head coming out of the water like that. Martin Sheen in Apocalypse Now.
Very comparable, yeah.
And just that. I think I asked you. Have you left for your flight or something like that? And the answer was a picture of Jackson Browne coming out of the water. You've been known to do that. You've been known to answer in pictures and or animated GIFs. You're a big fan of GIFs.
I'll send you a response with an animated GIF. A lot of times it's pretty applicable.
Yes, it is. Sometimes
there's a skill set involved there. Other times it's more obscure, but there's a subtle thing that's going on.
The There Will Be Blood GIF. That was interesting.
Sometimes you got to send a There Will Be Blood gift.
It's hard to make that applicable, but you went ahead and did it. It was good.
Yeah. Which one is that? The one where he's like, I've abandoned my child.
Yeah.
I've abandoned my boy. How good is There Will Be Blood?
That is a great movie.
That's one of the greater movies of the past 10, 15 years.
Not exactly a feel-good one, but
you can see that once or twice and
every couple years.
Feel
maybe.
every emotion you need.
Yeah.
Except for laughter. You're not going to laugh a lot at that.
If you are.
I do, though, at the milkshake.
I drink your milkshake.
That is, that's DDL at his finest.
He's great, man. Daniel Day-Lewis is one of my favorites.
Every 4 years, he's just wrecking the Oscars.
Lincoln. Were you a fan of Lincoln?
I was a fan of Lincoln. I thought he did really well in that. And I also thought, I didn't think it was his best. I thought There Will Be Blood was a better movie. Lincoln's tough, though. Lincoln was a very ambitious movie because they pretty much were like, we can't do all this shit. Let's just do the last 6 months of Lincoln's life.
Right. Well, yeah, it's a long life. The Log Cabin would have been like, all right, come on.
Yeah, but there's so much more to do with Lincoln.
Yes.
they could have done a whole. He's a very interesting guy.
A miniseries on Netflix.
I've got a book in there that
Lincoln
given
Logs,
by our uncle,
I
Uncle Duff. I snagged it from him called Team of Rivals. You want to talk about a guy?
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln was a guy.
This is a John Gruden take on Lincoln.
Here's a guy. Here's a football player making a football play.
It's just a president making a presidential decision.
That's exactly
an executive making an executive decision.
Lincoln was the most presidential of all the
Jackson
presidents.
Browne.
I feel like him and JFK was a cool dude.
JFK was a man, yeah.
But Lincoln, the funny thing when I was reading the Lincoln book, it's called Team of Rivals. If you ever want to dive into way too much Lincoln, but also just enough. I was reading the Lincoln book, and I was reading it, and I remember always thinking to myself, I was like, I'm a lot like this guy.
Oh, man. Really?
Yeah, that was my big takeaway.
Was that you're a lot like him?
And then I closed the book, and you realize, you close the book, and then you just get back to your stupid life, and you're like, maybe I'm not.
I'm a lot like this guy. I'm going to open up this second bag of Cheetos right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't think Lincoln loved Cheetos as much as you do.
Yeah, as I sit there and reading the book, like, I'm a lot like this guy, and then I flip the page and I leave a huge orange imprint on the corner.
Yeah, the thumb mark right there.
And I'm not Lincoln.
Man, I don't think Lincoln would have done that. You never know, though. He probably, if Cheetos were around back then, he probably would have had some next to him.
Interesting guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leader of men.
You think he ever got in those fights like Barack and Mishy? Like last week.
Mishy? You think, yeah, he got into fights. His wife was crazy.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, his wife was pretty unstable.
Really?
Yes, historically unstable.
What was her name again? I can't remember. Not to put you on the spot. You might
I don't remember. I think
Sally Field, that was her name.
And the whole courting process was interesting to me back then. How do you get, I don't know. Now it's so immediate.
Yeah, it's back then he had a lot more set up.
I don't know. It was kind of like
you're going to marry her.
Yeah, it was just weird. I don't know. You could go like years without seeing a chick, mainly because she lived 2 towns over. You don't have a horse to tell. Yeah. It's crazy.
Insane.
It's nuts.
Yeah, you can't really just do like a drive-by or something, or maybe she's at the supermarket.
Well, now when we say, like, what have you been up to, it's a stupid question because we all have Facebook. I know exactly what you've been up to. I know more than I should know about what you've been up to. Back then, when you say, like, what have you been up to, it's like, you got a day or two?
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, I've been
up to
a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Been up and down.
Yeah.
A couple people have died.
It's very true, and like people are very dismissive now. Like when I went to Utah, and you come back and the trip, they're like, "How was it?" Or "How you been?" And you're like, "Oh, I was in Utah." "Oh yeah, I saw the pictures." Yeah, whatever. It's like I know everything.
I know everything about your trip.
Nothing. Don't need anything else.
But I don't need to know how you felt when you took those pictures.
Mm-mm.
I saw the picture, and I know how I felt about it.
I was like, "What a fucking douchebag!"
It's a lot of jealousy, a lot of rage. That I would never actually let you in on.
but Utah looked fun.
I don't care about how you felt. Yeah,
Utah looked fun.
Utah looked dope, dude.
Yeah, it was cool, dude. Didn't know so many Mormons.
Dude, did you use a filter on the second pic?
What'd you use?
I thought the second pic was cool. Third pic was a little lame, just because I don't think you used a filter.
Oh my god, how much does
I double tapped it either way though?
How much does a hipster weigh? Isn't that the joke?
How much does a hipster weigh?
An Instagram.
An Instagram, exactly. I got a buddy that does a pretty good joke. He says, what does he say? A hipster, or what is it? A guy with a mustache. A person with a mustache with a cleft palate.
Whoa.
Oh, shit, I forgot it.
You have derailed.
Yeah,
Is that all right?
Yeah.
I got to watch it happen. That was pretty intense.
It's a tough one.
That's okay. That's fine. That happens to the best of them, dude.
It's something to the fact that a vagina with pubic hair
okay. All right.
is not a vagina at all. It's a hipster with a cleft palate or something like that.
Oh, my God.
Pretty funky joke.
Jesus. You might want to fill some holes in there.
Delivery's off, and there's a segue from a Vegas trip.
Oh, my God.
But you guys get the point. I apologize.
You got to be a little blurry after that trip to Cincinnati.
Yeah, I went to MJT, just touchdown in Cincinnati, Ohio.
How was that, man? I haven't seen you since. I think this is the first time I've seen you since you got back.
You saw the pictures.
So yeah, it was fun then.
You're up to speed.
That's all you need is the pictures.
No, I probably didn't even post enough. I always think I'm going to be back there like, and then you just live life and you forget that you have to post everything. But yeah, it was fun. I got to see everybody. I went home on Thursday, flew in.
Oh man, yeah, I felt bad for you that Reds game. Jeez.
Off the plane, and then got picked up by our sister and went straight to a Reds game that I thought Johnny Cueto was going to start.
Who did start that one?
He started the day before, and a dude named David Humberg or some shit started. And if you guys aren't up to speed on what the Reds season has become, it's a lot like that Avalanche in Vertical Limit.
Oh,
it's falling apart.
Yeah, really bad. Absolutely.
It's all falling apart. Chris O'Donnell. And
it's like Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey's marriage right now.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's very comparable to
Falling
Jay-Z and Beyonce's courtship.
Okay.
It's just going to shambles. And so, yeah, I got in there to this scrub of a man on the mound.
Oh, man.
And he pitched the first inning, and I was like, you never know. And then we
that's
end up
normally
losing
how rookie right-handers go against us, or go against people. But the Reds they've been pitching perfect games against us, but our rookie right-hander.
It was horrible. And so, yeah, he gave up some meatballs starting in the second inning. And then it was 8-0 by the fifth, and I'm with our mom and sister, and I was like, we should just get out of here.
Let's not let this ruin our whole night.
Yeah, so then I went out and enjoyed the city a little bit, but yeah, it was fun. And then the Cincy Brouhaha was occurring, and it's a beer and comedy festival that's been going on for like 8 years, and it was cool, man.
Yeah,
it was fun. They had a lot of good acts. They had some national acts that were stopping in, Dan Cummins and Jeff Tate, who's originally a local guy that came back, and a lot of people. Ryan Singer, Dave Waite. Coolest name that I saw that was just dropping in that was not on the slate, but I think he jumped on a couple of mics. He was in town doing something for UC, was TJ Miller.
TJ Miller.
You know TJ Miller?
No, not familiar.
He was in... he is fucking hilarious, first of all. He's a killer stand-up act. He's actually going to be opening... There's a brand new House of Comedy opening in North Phoenix this weekend. He's going to be headlining the opening weekend. He was in She's Out of My League. He did the Hall & Oates cover band.
Oh, okay.
And She's Out of... Yeah.
All right.
Remember
I know
that?
I know who that
Yeah,
is.
you know exactly who that
Okay.
is. Yeah,
Funny,
the dude that did the Hall & Oates cover band,
Yeah.
which is such a funny idea that...
Well, I forget the name of the band. It was pretty good.
And he strictly did...
That's it.
Every song was just Hall & Oates.
Just Oates cover band.
It was a Hall & Oates cover.
Which is an amazing idea.
And so that was fantastic. Yeah, really cool seeing him. Just because I got all fanboy on him. I didn't say much, but I just went up to him like, dude, I'm a big fan.
I'm a big fanboy.
I'm a big fanboy, and yeah, that was pretty cool. And then David Allen Greer was there, shutting it down. Watched him for a little bit. It was rainy as shit.
That's not conducive for comedy.
Yeah, so that was challenging.
Yeah,
that was challenging.
Rain and comedy don't really go well together.
So the best stage of the weekend actually ended up being this thing called the Tunnel Stage. Obviously,
in a tunnel.
It's in a tunnel, and when it would pour, everybody would just jam in this tunnel, and whoever's on that stage has this audience.
Oh, nice.
That was perfect. It was perfect. It was great. And this one guy that really caught my eye was Robert Hawkins of the weekend. He opens for Ron White. Dude, he fucking slayed.
Yeah, funny.
He was just funny, dude. He was off the cuff impressions, very Robin Williams-esque with his just go from voice to voice and shit like that, high energy, riffing off the crowd. This shit was funny. But good weekend, yeah. And then Friday night I went to my buddy's mother turned 60 years old.
How was that?
Yeah, you know the Kimmies.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday.
Yeah, so she turned 60, and they invited me back to be... That was actually the original reason I was back in Cincinnati. And this is a family that I grew up going on, like, family vacations with and stuff. And, you know, they were like, yeah, come back and, you know, do some comedy or something. And I was like, well, you want me to, like, roast you guys? And they were like, yeah, do whatever, yeah. I just spent, like, it was so funny. I just did, like, 10... It could end up being, like, 15, 20 minutes. I just blasted the whole family. And there's, like, 60 people all from this loving family. Well, first of all, loving is used loosely. They're a pretty hateful family anyway. This is probably the family that, because I was surrounded by them throughout my youth, is the reason that I defend myself with comedy. So it's probably one of the reasons I even do this shit.
They were pretty hateful.
Oh, my God. These people were just, they would rag on you. They had a grandfather who used to call me Cheeto, Frito, Dorito, like any other name other than my real name.
They call you Tino?
And they called me, so they called me Tino.
Tino Turner.
Because they never took the time to realize my real name.
They know it now, though, right?
They know it now. And then the grandfather was too old to know anything, so he just called me Cheeto, Frito, anything.
Hey, Cheeto, give me some Cheetos.
He called me every Lay's potato chip you could think of. But
that's pretty good.
It was good. Open bar for 3 hours. We crushed.
That's what I want to hear about. How was that? How soon did you switch to Makers?
You know what? I had one beer, maybe. I moved directly to whiskey that night.
Jesus.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I mean that's a strong night though. Whiskey nights are strong nights.
Yeah.
Do you mix anything in with your Makers?
I'm gonna do some Coke. Yeah.
I'll splash Coke.
Yeah. I was thinking about going Manhattans.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that's rough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, whiskey's whiskey though. People are always like, "Oh, you had Jack with a splash Coke. I had Manhattans." Yeah, you're doing the same thing.
Right.
That's a lot of whiskey.
Yeah. It was a lot of whiskey. And that was nice. And we got messed up. That was Friday night. We just got hammered drunk.
Start making plans.
Well,
Let's move to Puerto Rico.
Then we get out of there. We bail and go. We leave this boat. We're on this boat on the river for like 4 hours, just stuck drinking. Yeah. I was like, well, what are you gonna do? Drink more. And then we were supposed to get off after the game. The game's over, and then you watch the Reds fireworks from the river. But the Reds ended up going to extra innings before they lost. So we wait like 30 extra minutes. So we're drinking even more, waiting for these damn fireworks to go off. Oh, it's crazy. But then we get back, and our boy Javon.
Oh, yes. That was amazing.
He was in the Natty on Friday night. It was cool because, showing somebody the Cincinnati for the first time.
What did he think?
He loved it.
Yeah.
He went down to the Reds game.
Pretty sauced up.
He was fucked up. I was fucked up.
As Jevin should be.
And his little brother was cool to get him out and stuff. And then, because we've told him about Cincinnati so much, showing somebody. When's the last time you showed somebody the city for the first time?
For the first time?
Have you ever been a chauffeur to somebody's first introduction?
I don't know. I don't think I have. I probably have. I just don't remember. But I don't think I've ever, like one of my good friends from out here back there, absolutely not, no.
It's a game changer.
Oh, yeah.
You're
like, I used to sleep on that curb over there. I used to sleep on that curb, too, over there.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Thrown up there.
There used to be race riots. There were race riots right down the street over here.
This is Woody's bar here. I got kicked out of Woody's one time.
It takes a lot to get
kicked out of Woody's.
I've been kicked out of Woody's.
Yeah, that's a talking point.
that's honestly, you can just learn a lot about somebody. Have you been kicked out of Woody's before in downtown Clifton?
I think there's so much to learn about people with their drinking habits. Yeah, if you've been says so much about somebody, you've been kicked out of Woody's.
Woody's was inviting
within
children
the last 5 years.
And Woody's is great though.
But certain bars, like if you're a regular at that bar,
yeah, you kind of know a lot about them already.
Really? Okay,
you still going to Habits? You're going to Habits all the time. Animations is your other spot.
Or like out here, you shut down TT's Roadhouse on weekdays?
Cool.
Okay.
Very cool.
All right, I'm going to go
the other way.
You, man.
Yeah. Oh, you been at Phillies?
Yeah.
For 5 straight nights?
Or like Toso's up north. Yeah? Toso's? You're regular at Toso's? A regular.
Anybody who's a regular at Roadrunner.
Everybody knows your name. Yeah, Roadrunner.
Roadrunner's a bad one. Or Twin Peaks. Any dude who goes to Twin Peaks more than once every 5 years is like, come on, dude.
I've gone to Twin Peaks more than once in the past 5 years. Probably twice.
Twice, yeah. Both Bikini Week. But then you see those guys
You
up
know
there.
what's weird? I didn't even plan that up, but yeah. It was
The only time I've been there was Bikini Week. And I was like,
Isn't that weird?
Am I?
Yeah.
Bikini Week, if you don't know, Twin Peaks happens once a week every year.
Exactly,
I'm sorry, yeah.
It's just as good as you can imagine.
1 week every year, and everybody's in a bikini. It's pretty intense.
Letting them breathe. But, yeah, so the Natty was good. Saturday, Friday, I met up with Jevin. We went to the casino. Went to the casino twice. Killed it. Walked into Cincinnati with $1.60 in my wallet. Didn't hit the ATM once. Walked out of Cincinnati with a G-spot, dude.
Winner, chicken dinner. Really? You're kidding, really? That big?
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Dude, one of my boys had a hot hand in the dice game.
Talking about clickety-clack.
Clickety-clack. And I was betting it all. They had craps in there. Blackjack was killing it. It was wild, dude. It was.
Have you ever not won going back to Cincinnati?
Yeah, the last time I didn't win.
Didn't win.
2 times ago, though, I did the same thing.
Yeah,
I walked out with like $900.
It's crazy, man.
It is crazy. So that was good. But
shout out to Horseshoe Casino.
Shout out to
Cincinnati.
Horseshoe.
That's a great. I do love that casino.
It's a great casino.
Yeah,
they really
free
run
parking.
They run it well. They run it well. And yeah, and then I left. So took the city by storm. The comedy show on Saturday was cool, and thanks to everybody listening that came out. That was a good, awesome turnout. You guys are all amazing. You know who you are.
Did you see our mother?
Our mother was there, yeah, throughout the weekend. It was
fantastic.
good. We went to the Reds game, and then we...
and then she was around for the comedy stuff.
And then we went to the comedy thing, and
That's
then we
awesome.
hung out
Did
Sunday.
she lick her thumb and smudge anything off your face or anything like that?
No, she did
At
not.
any moment she didn't? Okay.
No, I missed that. Grown out of that. We went to Montgomery Inn.
Ooh.
Did not hit Skyline. I don't
Really?
know how.
Oh, my God.
I know. I didn't
the
know.
first time in
I don't even know
9
how
years.
I don't even know how I didn't. I went to the La Rosa's. I hit White Castle about 4 a.m.
God, I think I saw a Snapchat.
Woo! It was rough.
You looked like you needed some White Castle in that
or
Snapchat.
I looked like I did not need White Castle.
Oh, my God.
Either or. It's a fine line.
Speaking of Skyline, that who is that asshole who posted that your team sucks on
Noah.
Do you know this guy? Is he in town?
Hey, he's a young guy. He doesn't know any better.
Yeah, you tell him. John Turner's looking for him, okay?
I know.
Next time you see him, tell him your brother's got something to say to him.
It was fucked up, because then I don't know how to react, because I want to react like you're...
Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. But then he's just a young kid from, he's a good kid.
I don't know.
I know, and then you
got questions. I got questions.
It's all fucked up. It was good. It was good being back in Cincy. And then when I was gone, the Bengals were out here. And
that is correct.
Some preseason.
They
look good.
They looked okay. Honestly, watching the whole thing, they looked
good all preseason though. They had one. It was pretty much that game where it was like, they didn't look that great, but they grinded out.
Right, and they did score. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The offense did not score a touchdown. Knew though. Terrence Newman crushing it with an interception return off of Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer overthrew 2 receivers. He looked like shit. Who knows though? It's a preseason game.
Carson Palmer is a piece of shit. And then our defense hasn't let up a touchdown. Our starting defense hasn't let up a touchdown in the preseason.
That's good.
So
I like that. That's a good stat.
It's a lot of positives. The Bengals look amazing. Season starts in a couple weeks. They're finna get up in that ass.
Absolutely, I agree completely.
What
I think
else
Gino's saving
happened,
it for the regular season. We need to get that flagpole up.
Yeah, we've got an aggressively sized Cincinnati Bengals flag.
Yeah,
and we should get that up. See how the neighbors think.
Yeah, maybe just ride that thing around the neighborhood, honking the horn and playing. Hear that Bengal growling. Who's that team we're gonna cheer to victory?
I mean, sometimes you just got to do that.
Yeah.
Even though people have no idea what you're talking about a lot of the time.
Who the fuck is playing this song?
But
football's almost upon us.
Football's almost upon us. College football's almost upon us.
Thursday night, man. We got
this Thursday. So when you guys are listening to this, the Arizona State Sun Devils will be bringing in the new season. Playing Weber State, dude. Big rivalry.
You know where Weber State's located?
Weber State's going to be located in the great state of, I want to say Nevada or...
Utah.
Utah.
It's from Utah, yeah. I had no idea either. We were trying to guess it today at work. First of all, this dude came at me hard like that it was from Kansas.
Weber State?
I mean, he was
and
like...
it's pronounced Weber State.
It is Weber State, which was fun. I mean, he was just looking at me like, they're from Kansas, dude. I know. And I'm like, I'm just not sure. Let's double check.
Yeah.
I'm sure you might be right, but I'd like to really find out if they're from Kansas. I thought they were from California, actually.
I know they're from
Utah.
It's called like the Big Sky Conference, I think, or something like that. Because they play NAU.
Really, the Lumberjacks.
Right.
Nice. What time is that game? Is that a night game? Aren't they all night games?
No, they're going to kick off at noon on Thursday.
11.
It's Thursday night game. And Arizona State doesn't play day games until
December,
November usually, or unless it's like a game that is on ESPN,
like
and they move it up.
The USC Arizona State game,
which ended up poorly. Arizona State looks tough this year, number 19 in the nation. I got high hopes for them. Their defense is going to get worked, but one thing I do love about this season is that the Pac-12, I feel like, is minimizing the gap between
Here we
SEC,
go.
dude. I feel like they're just as good as the SEC this year. I feel like they are. Six top 25 teams this year. Pac-12, 6 top 25
preseason rankings, though. Who knows what these teams will really be? I mean, it's preseason. You can just put these numbers on.
I'd venture to guess by the end of the year they'll have 6.
Really?
I don't think that they'll be the 6 that are there now, though.
Really?
I think that there might be some shaking up.
And what about the SEC? You think they'll have 5, 4?
I think the SEC could beat each other up. They could beat each other up because it's getting more even every year, and it's tough to not be. I mean, if you're 2-3 losses at the end of the year, you're not going to be in the top 10. I mean, you could be, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I think nationally, I think out here, a lot of people think the Pac-12. I don't think the Pac-12 is. I don't think they're as good as the SEC, but I definitely don't think they're as bad as people on ESPN and like back east think of the Pac-12. You guys have some good teams, high-powered offenses.
This is probably the first year that they're giving us any like real love, which is beautiful.
UCLA's kind of coming back.
Dude, UCLA,
I want to see what.
I'll tell you right now. These are my predictions for. My bold prediction is that the Heisman winner will come from the Pac-12 this year, whether it's Mariota or Hundley from
Mariota from Oregon.
From Oregon or Hundley from UCLA.
Hundley's good.
And I also think that we could fuck around and get 2 teams in the Final Four. That's probably a little bit more of a long shot, though. But I think I like Oregon to get in there, and I also think UCLA will get in there. But then you're all of a sudden assuming the SEC doesn't get 2 in. I feel like the SEC will probably get 2 in because everybody garbles their cock every fucking year. Fuck the SEC.
I like them. I like Bama. I don't think Texas A&M is going to be as good this year without Johnny Football.
Yeah, I can't see how that could.
And that helped the SEC last year with Texas A&M being good, and Missouri was very good last year. I don't know how good they're going to be this year.
Missouri was good last year. Yeah.
A lot of people left.
You know who sucks this year is the Big 12. Sucks this year.
Yeah, who's in the Big 12?
Other than Texas could be okay, but Oklahoma is supposed to run through it. And
Oklahoma beat Alabama. And that's the thing.
Man. Oklahoma's going to get in the game without having beat anybody. They're going to get in that Big 4 or whatever.
The Big 12.
And then somebody in the Big 10 is going to just run the table. Unless Navy beats Ohio State. I've seen one bold prediction is Navy's going undefeated. That'd be crazy.
Navy, undefeated. I like that.
Which they could because their 2 hardest games are Ohio State and Notre Dame, and they both got
Ohio State
significant injuries.
Injured.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. College football, though, it's exciting. We'll see. It's always nice to have that on Saturdays, and should be an exciting year.
Yeah, actually, interesting. Having football back is good. You kind of the weekends.
The week flies by.
And then the weekend flies by. All of a sudden,
and then the weekend flies
game's
by.
over, and you're like, fuck!
And you drank the whole weekend.
Yeah, Carolina. We were just at the bank today, and we're leaving, and Adam, our roommate, walks in the bank, and and what did he say as we were leaving? We're like, all right, I'll see you later, and he's like, hey, football season's starting in Carolina. I get him back.
Oh man!
Yeah, and she was like, what does that mean?
Shots fired.
Yeah. It was funny.
Shots fired.
It's true, though.
Dude, I'll tell you right now. Sunday, I haven't left this couch in a year or two.
This couch is great. We need to get.
We've got a great little setup for. We've got the package, and myself and Adam, our other roommate,
Great guy.
we lounge.
Yeah.
We might dabble in some recreational whatevers. Beer will be involved.
Definitely.
Some good food. And we got a nice Houday crew usually. It might get switched up this year, though, because one of our Houday members has his girlfriend that just moved out here.
Oh, she can come along. More the merrier. Bring her on in.
I don't know. I think
She's a Houday-rific girl. She likes the Bengals as well.
I mean, I get that.
But I know. To see...
Yeah, I'm not going to have... I wouldn't
what
bring...
goes on a Sunday here.
I'm not saying...
I almost feel sometimes... I feel bad for
bringing-
Adam, that Adam has to watch the Bengal craziness go on.
Oh, you know what?
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you're right. We should just let him watch the Cowboys.
I know, it's bad. I don't want to watch the Cowboys.
Worse. I watch the Cowboys with him.
I watch them. We go back and forth. But
yeah, we'll watch the Cowboys game. But at the same time, he knows and I know. 8-8 every year. I mean, that ain't making it. I mean, we're going to the playoffs past 3 years at least. I mean, we eat a dick when it comes down to it, but at least we get there.
Man,
we're out there dancing.
Andy Dalton did an interview on Sunday night, and he's just sometimes, man, those answers are just so nerdy.
You know what it is?
Whitest guy in the room.
He's got a little too much Jesus in him, I think.
Really?
You ever think that?
I never thought that was a problem. I thought that was a good thing.
You think that's a good thing?
A little bit of Jesus in you?
I don't know.
Maybe
I feel like right before the game, you ever see him on the earphones and singing and
Our
shit?
God is an awesome God he reigns.
Yeah, he's quoting Joel Osteen. I don't like that shit. I don't know.
Really? Joel Osteen's my main dude.
I mean, Joel Osteen is my dude. I'm not saying I don't like
Actually,
Joel
we're going to
Osteen.
have him on the podcast next week.
Oh, if he could come on, he would hate us both because
That'd
we're
be
heathens.
great. Hey, Joel, what the fuck do you think about this?
Yeah, exactly. What do you think about ISIS, man? I think about ISIS.
What do you think about Christy Mack, Joel?
Yeah, exactly. The War Machine? Yay or nay?
You're not a fan. Okay. I thought you might be a fan of the War Machine.
What chapter's that in the Bible? No, I mean, I just think it's just weird to me. I guess it's not. I just think he's a little soft and he depends on these little Christian songs too much. I don't know. That shit is weird to me.
I don't know if it's depending on the songs as much as he is the...
Who's listening to that before? You know who's fucking getting sacks? Jadeveon Clowney. You know who he's listening to? Rick Ross before the game. You know what I mean?
So?
Here's a guy that's performing.
But at the same time,
at a high level.
Would you
think
trust...
Fontes Perfect is listening to scriptures before he's getting in that ass? You think these guys are fucking getting in and listening to fucking...
Yeah, but at the same time, Reggie White...
Faith plus
Reggie
one?
White?
Yeah, what'd he do? Yeah,
Man of God.
Ray Lewis did it too, but Ray Lewis killed a man.
Well, Ray was a different guy.
Ray
Reggie
killed a
was
man.
They say that offensive linemen would hear him saying prayers and stuff, lined up and saying praying for the person across from him. And then he just wiped them out of the fucking way and sacked the quarterback. He was a
all right.
beast.
He used God to strike fear upon his opponent.
And
I like that. I like that. Andy doesn't.
Yeah. No, I remember I heard
Andy's
him answer something like...
he's kind of soft. I don't know.
He's a little soft. They asked him something about, if somebody... Well, what are we going to do if somebody hit you in the face mask or whatever? And he goes, well, I'm going to run over and get the ref and tell the ref what he did. It's Andy, I understand that's what you want to do. Yes, he did.
When did he say that? Recently?
He in an article I just read the other day. And you're like, come on, man. Oh, no, it was on the Dan Patrick Show. It was on the Dan Patrick Show.
See, I don't like that shit. That's
and it's just say something else. Anything, but I'm going to go tell the ref.
But at the same time, I like the dude.
He's our guy.
He's our guy. Yeah, I just think, get a little fire in the brimstone.
Yeah.
Start preaching Revelations a little bit more, I guess, is all I'm saying.
I'm into that. God-fearing man.
But, yeah, the Bengals will be good this year. It'll be a fun year. You know what happened this week that was fun? I just got in the night that it was happening. I got in and watched the Emmys the other night.
Emmys were good.
Was that was on Monday night.
It was last night. Yeah.
That was pretty good. Seth Meyers is a little... He was the host. Did you watch this?
I didn't see the beginning. I honestly saw when it started. I started where Aaron Paul won for Best Supporting Actor.
Oh, so you watched nothing.
And that was great. Well, I didn't see the very, very beginning, no.
You only saw the very, very end.
No, I thought there was
That was pretty much. You watched probably 40 minutes of the Emmys.
No, I watched at least 2 hours. It was recorded.
Oh, you're lying.
I don't know when it started.
You watched when Aaron Paul won?
Yeah.
Seth
40 minutes in.
Do well.
Okay. I don't know. I did not see the monologue. If that's what you're asking.
No, I'm just saying overall as a host, he's kind of a weird. Just kind of a. I don't know. He doesn't do it for me.
Didn't like him.
But I usually like him. His funniest stuff was when he brought other people up. Like Andy Samberg. Did you see that?
I did not.
Weird Al Yankovic had a thing. I thought that would be funnier. It was pretty good though. And then I was watching it, and and then I realized that I'm watching all the right shows when these guys are winning.
It's validation.
That's what I realized about these wins. I'm watching a lot of these shows. We watched True Detective got writing.
Oh, did they? Yeah, I thought they would win.
Which was interesting, I thought, because that dude just got accused of plagiarizing like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but accused. I mean, this guy. I mean, he.
Did you read into it?
Yeah, the Yellow King and all that stuff. But I mean, he used some of it.
It was.
But I think it was more of an idea. He understood that he was using things from the Yellow King and those ideas. But I mean, it was more to set a mood.
Well, it was beyond the Yellow King. There's actually an author that that had written a lot of things about just life and existence that he actually just gave to Matthew McConaughey as words that he would use, and they were pretty much prose from his things that bold things that Matthew McConaughey would say.
We're stolen from what this guy
said.
We're
stolen from this book that this dude wrote about life and the existence of life, and it was
Time is a flat circle
like that type of shit where he would say some real bold shit and kind of fucked up. But so I thought that was interesting, but he still won Best Writer. That show was great either way. I don't know. I can't get into too much of it. But and then Breaking Bad won fucking everything.
I love that show, though. I mean, I think it deserved all those Emmys.
Well, that was the weird thing. Watching it, I kept looking at the nominees, and then I was like, okay, this guy could win. Oh, this guy could win. And then, Aaron Paul would win, and you'd be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, he was great. He was amazing.
And then, lead actress, and then the Bryan Cranston thing. You're watching it, and you're like, oh, I guess McConaughey could win. Or, oh, damn, John Hamm for Mad Men. and then you're like, oh, shit, he's not going to. Of course, Bryan Cranston's going to win that.
He was incredible.
And he's very well deserved. I didn't know he won 4 times.
Aaron Paul won 3.
But he also won last year for half of a season. I think that's fucked up how they do that. But they do that. Whatever. Aaron Paul was incredible. Yeah. It was good to see Breaking Bad get all that. Because it's going to go down as, other than, I would say that and The Wire are the greatest accomplishments on television ever.
And that magic show. Remember the True Magic Tricks Revealed? Remember that guy with the mask?
Yeah.
That was also,
Top 3?
Breaking Bad, Wings, and then that one for me. Those are my top 3.
And then Clarissa Explains It All.
That was a good show.
# Ferguson.
That was oh, wow. Clarissa Ferguson.
Yeah. No, Ferguson was the annoying neighbor.
What's the neighbor?
Yeah.
Mr. Feeney. Or wait, am I mixing?
You're mixing
That's Boy Meets World.
ABC shows right
Boy Meets World.
But yeah, the Emmys were good. Emmys this year also, and then you know what else won too on a bunch of shit, actor and supporting actor for miniseries or movie, Sherlock. I've been trying to hype this to you for a minute now.
Got it.
Come on now. Have I not been talking about Sherlock?
Oh, you've been talking about Sherlock for a long time. I've seen heard a lot of people talk about it. I just haven't. I'm telling you. I mean, I just don't. It's tough to.
Well, you're balls deep in Mad Men.
Balls deep Mad Men.
I've been where you're
at. Almost
it's overwhelming.
Through season 4.
You got too many shows. It's too many things. You know.
But yeah, to Sherlock, I love everybody in it. The idea of Sherlock.
It's
great.
The best.
It'll be good.
It's the best. The writer
when I get there.
The writer won, and then Fargo won for best miniseries movie. Thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then you're sitting at the end, and you're wondering, who was the other person that I thought would win? It was between McConaughey, John Hamm, Bryan Cranston, There was even another dude, and you're just like, that was the most stacked best actor thing. And Woody Harrelson for True Detective was also nominated.
They were both
the same
nominated?
thing.
Damn.
And you're just looking at it like, fuck.
I don't know.
And then Walter White wins, and you're like, yeah.
Remember when it was just like Friends, The West Wing, and three other shows?
Oh, you know who the other person was in that same category? So who did I just name? Woody Harrelson, Matthew McConaughey, Bryan Cranston, the other person I named in there. I can't even think now. I just forgot. And then the other guy that I forgot, Kevin Spacey. Fucking Kevin Spacey.
Damn.
And Jeff Daniels in Newsroom. And that was the other dude, too.
That's great.
Out of control. Out of control.
Well, Mike, they say it is an honor just to be nominated.
Oh, yeah. That was the funniest thing of the night was Ricky Gervais gets up and he lost, and then he gets up and he does the speech about his speech that he would have done, which was just like, oh, I should have won. I knew I should have won, and like he goes on.
I thought it was pretty funny when Fallon came up
For Colbert?
Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny. Did you see Colbert try to do a joke? Not funny.
I don't remember.
It was...
I'd had some scotch.
Did you?
Yeah.
Also, again, I told you, you didn't watch a lot of it.
Do what?
you probably missed a lot of it.
Well, I was watching. I was drinking scotch.
Aaron Paul came on with... He was probably the fourth to last guy to win.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I watched from where it was recorded, so I guess... How long was it? 3 hours?
It was probably
I must have watched like an hour and a half then. Or an hour and a half of it.
So... What else happened? You know, the VMAs happened this week. That was fucking miserable. You know, the VMAs remind you how fucking shitty.
Music
in comparison to the Emmys, that was a beautiful thing to occur both in the same week. That the VMAs come and you realize how fucking stupid music is right now. Or at least popular music. Because music isn't all bad, but that is shit.
It's awful. Yeah, you're watching
and then you watch the Emmys and you realize how good television is right now. Television has never been better, ever, and it's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And those are I hope we caught that on audio.
Did you get Nicki? Did you see Nicki Minaj's performance?
You know what? I saw the one where she was holding her titty in.
No, I'm talking about the Anaconda one.
I saw the video.
The live performance was pretty compelling as well.
Within the green?
Yeah.
I saw like a picture of it. I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah. Give that a run through.
Yeah, should I wait till I'm at work?
Yeah, maybe get your boss over there and ask if you've seen this yet.
Hey, have you checked this one out?
Did you check this out? And then you can check out
the
Josh Shaw story.
What's that?
He's the defensive captain over there at USC.
Josh Shaw is the guy.
Interesting
what
story.
Was the story there?
The story is, as it came out last night, Monday morning. It is Tuesday. We're recording this on a Tuesday. Monday night last night, I read this story about the defensive captain at USC, Josh Shaw. Michael's sentiments, but he has 2 high ankle sprains, and apparently it happened when he jumped off a second-story balcony to save his 7-year-old nephew, from drowning in the pool below. So, what a great story, right? Unbelievable story. I mean, if he's hurt, he should be given like a medical red shirt or something, so he doesn't have to miss time. But then it turns out today that USC's moonwalking and saying, we don't know what happened. Because they got some phone calls today that were like, nah, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
And at this point, we don't know what happened. But the fact that USC is backing away and saying, we're going to vet this.
Sarkeesian's like, we got to look into some things. Why didn't he talk to the kid that got saved?
That's what I'm saying. I think the question started happening when they wanted to interview Josh Shaw, interview the kid, interview the mom, and people were kind of like, no, they're not available. And then phone calls started coming in like, that's not what happened. And Josh Shaw was named in a burglary report that night. He was questioned or something, or his name came up. He wasn't there. He wasn't. They don't know if he was there, but his name was mentioned by a witness or something like that. So who knows what's going on out there in
California? Can't get much stranger.
I do like the fact that maybe, what is he thinking? Like, oh shit, I got 2 high ankle sprains. Oh, never mind. I'll just tell him I jumped off a balcony
save my nephew's life.
Save my. Yeah, are you kidding me? Yeah, it's fine. No one's gonna ask you questions about
Who
that.
would question that?
Yeah, he probably. And then
it's just Southern California. We're in the second biggest major market in the
No
world.
one's going to question that.
Los Angeles, they wouldn't care.
Try and figure out what happened.
What an idiot.
Yeah. Who knows? It could be true. It might not be true. But what an idiot.
You would think we would know very quickly. That's one phone call to the kid.
Hey.
And be like, hey, what happened?
Did you drown last
Did you almost
night?
drown? You're a 7-year-old. You won't lie. That's wild.
Yeah. Who knows?
Well, hopefully they get all fucked up for the year. He was the captain of the defense, right?
Named the captain of the defense that morning. This was Saturday night.
That's wild. Well, hopefully their season falls apart. They're another team that has the most talent in the Pac-12, but they haven't been able to wrap it up. They always have the most talent, and then they never fucking do anything.
Are you guys playing them here or there this year?
The Sun Devils play them. That's a good question. I think that's at USC this year. We got UCLA at home, at USC, and then we got Washington at Washington. Those are the tough games. There's a string of games that are pretty gnarly.
Washington's got the new coach.
Once we
right?
get
Peterson?
into the Pac-12 schedule, it's like, hello. Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Washington
college
has the
football
old
always
Boise
gets-
State guy.
Gets pretty wild once you get into your
Conference schedule?
Conference schedule, yeah.
Yeah, unless you're in the Big Ten. But
Hey! Yeah, that is not true.
who's the toughest opponent in the Big Ten this year? They have one ranked team.
I think just like
One ranked team.
But just like in the Pac-12 and the SEC, they beat up on each other too. They don't like each other. There's rivalries.
Yeah, but
They're
they're
not. They
good
don't all
teams.
suck. Michigan State won the Rose Bowl last year.
Yeah, Michigan State will be pretty good. They lost a
Ohio
lot of
State will
people.
still be pretty good. I think Urban Meyer's going to rally the troops there. Like you said, they don't have a tough schedule besides who? Navy, and they don't play anybody else. Is that what you're telling me?
Who? Ohio State?
Yeah.
Yeah, they play the Big Ten.
And that's nobody.
Who's good?
Michigan's good.
Is Michigan good?
I think Michigan could be good.
I have no idea. I think they're horrible this year. I'm pretty sure they're bad.
They were pretty bad last year,
I think they're bad again.
but they got some guys coming in. Who knows? Could be
That's-
good. Michigan
that's the-
State is going to be very good.
And then Ohio State are like most of the teams actually they go out of their way to try to schedule some things. Ohio State hasn't scheduled anybody
We're playing
other
the
than.
Bearcats on the week 3. That's going to be good.
And I would love to see the Bearcats go up there and fucking take it. And just take it. That would be beautiful. Just to shut them up. Because that'll mess with their recruiting.
Absolutely.
That's why they never want to play that game.
Well, yeah,
Scared.
yeah. If they lose that game, that's going to be bad.
And then Cincinnati, they went out of their way because they have to. They're in those conferences where you have to get a couple of big games. They got Miami, Florida, Miami, Ohio, and then Ohio State. They're non-conference because that's how you do it.
Going to be pretty wild.
Arizona State tried to get that, but
It is
then-
true. Ohio
but then
State's all the non-conference stuff. They don't play anybody.
and nobody in the Big Ten. Big Ten, I feel like plays anybody. Arizona State played Wisconsin the past couple of years. Those were good games. We stole one. And
Remember
then
that one, the one in Wisconsin where the guy got tackled on like the 1 yard line before the second half.
Oh
and they lost by
my
a touchdown or something
God!
like that.
Yeah,
And then
that
they were
was
blocking
bad.
field goals, and I think they blocked your field goal at the end
They
of the game.
blocked the field goal of
or the
ours,
extra point at the end of the game, something
and
like
then
that.
we lost. Yeah, and
By
then
1 point.
oh, it was brutal. It was brutal. So yeah, I felt like we evened that out last year when we won on the most bogus ending of a game
Yeah.
you could ever see. But yeah, that's happening. College football. We're gonna probably be talking a lot about football for the next couple months.
I hope you guys are ready.
It'll be good. What else
Speaking of,
going
we're
on?
going to the Monday Night Football game. We're going to the opening night, Monday Night Football.
Yeah, we're going to this. There's 2 games, and then we're going to obviously the one that is within proximity to us.
right down the street.
They do one on the East Coast though. I think
it's
it starts at like 5.
I want to say it's the Bears and somebody else.
Yeah, I think it's the Bears Packers.
That's good.
Some
That's a
shit
good
like
game.
that. And then the Chargers are traveling to Arizona to play the Cardinals. And yeah, we're going to be in the building, and we're going to be wearing powder blue. I don't know if I'm wearing powder blue. I'll powder my balls for sure.
Yeah. If I would have known
gonna
tonight
be
was
hot.
ladies' night,
I would have stopped and swabbed my balls with the baby wipes.
oh my god.
Brother Ali.
Yes, but it'll be fun because it's the first night, first opening weekend.
It's a National Football
tons
League
of
game. It's gonna be
optimism. There's nobody's
Yeah.
lost yet. Somebody's going to win tonight.
Hopefully the Bengals will have won already.
Yeah, and we'll be in a
on
great mood
Sunday.
already.
Yeah.
That'd be great. That would be
even
great.
if they don't, then we're just going to get drunk.
Oh, Monday night with James Drago.
We got to figure out transportation out there.
Uber.
Yeah, then we got to, that's going to be expensive.
Expensive.
But either way, because if you've never been to Arizona and gone to a Cardinals game, it's on the other fucking side of town.
What is it, 40 minutes away?
Little news for you. Little news flash. It ain't right next door.
Hell no. And do you ever think about that? They were going to build this stadium down the street from us. Were they not?
No, they were going to build the hockey stadium right down the street from us.
At
McDowell.
where the Sky Song is? At McDowell?
Yeah, that was where the hockey stadium was going to be, which would be great. I would go to hockey games if it was
right
there.
Holy
I
shit.
would go a lot.
That'd be great. But
And then-
still, that traffic would be pretty wild.
And then they had more room where they could have done the whole thing there that they did out there. They could have done the football stadium as well. Yeah, it's stupid. Arizona got caught up in the whole bureaucratic dilemma of which county can make the best bid, and then Glendale did it. And when you come out here to visit, if you ever come to the games out here, it's 40
minutes away from everything
it's
that's going
far
on.
away.
Yeah.
It's far away. But it's
once you get
very
out
nice
there,
stadium.
it is very fun when you get out there. It's a good tailgate, and it's a good, nice stadium.
Yeah. You just don't drive and
so
drink
far.
and drive. Yeah.
I can't imagine being that big of a Cardinals fan to be like, I'm going to move to Glendale to be close to the stadium. You know what I mean?
There's some people that have done that.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude.
Well, it should, and that's the weird thing too, is there's no real downtown here that it doesn't. They wouldn't put it downtown because downtown's such a weird downtown.
Yeah, it's a weird city, man.
It's a rough city, dog. But yeah, that'll be cool. What else is happening this week? I was just thinking of something. Now I've already forgotten. Oh, you got what do you got going on this week? Anything?
Rise and grind, dude. I'm working a lot.
You're on the rise and grind a lot lately.
Rise
Have you
and
been
grind,
thinking about
state of
hashtagging that? You
Hashtag
should
rise
take
and
some
grind.
pictures when you wake up.
Rise
Selfie, rise and grind.
And grind, state of mind. Yeah, dude, I am working myself to the bone, but it's good. It's all going to pay off. Hopefully here pretty soon, and I'm excited for the family reunion. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's coming up in about a month. We got to go to our family reunion. And, things will get crazy. Mixing some alcohol with some emotions with some people we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, that'll be good. You know what I did tonight? I did a comedy show up in Cave Creek at a place. I think I was talking about this when I went the last time. There's a buffalo, a guy that stands on a buffalo.
Oh, yeah, and then he's got an interesting background.
So, yeah, this guy, he owns this thing up north. We do a comedy show there every couple of Tuesdays, and he owns this big lot of land, and he turned it into his own fucking thing. His background is that he would ride a buffalo with a rifle and shoot target shooting, and he's the best at it. That's a crazy thing to be the best at, but he's the best at that. And then he does whatever he wants out there. It's like his own little playground. He owns these buffaloes. He would take the buffalo, put him on top of this horse trailer, and then on top of the horse trailer, he would stand on top of the buffalo while the buffalo was standing on top of the horse trailer. And everybody's like, what the fuck's going on? So I've been there. I haven't been there in about 2 months. And in the between, I guess one of these fucking buffaloes that he owned ended up falling off the fucking horse trailer, breaking his neck, dead. Right there. Last time, 2 buffaloes. Uno buffalo. Now there's 1 buffalo now.
Bid it. Bought the farm.
Archie Wilson.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, or Ralph Wilson.
Archie Wilson.
Ralph Wilson, the Buffalo's owner.
Charlie Wilson's war, dude.
Charlie Wilson's war. Yeah, so that buffalo is dead.
Well, rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. to that Harvey Wallbanger, and as he used to call him. And then this time I was out there, and there's a longhorn sitting on top of the trailer, and I got a picture of him on my Instagram, but that thing is just climbing up on top of the trailer, and I was just hoping he didn't break his neck. He didn't. There's food up there.
God, that sucks. Fell off the trailer.
That's not a way to go out.
That'd be a traumatic thing to see, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think so. But,
That's
what
too
are you
bad.
gonna do?
How did you do? Was it fun up there? Is that a good show?
I did fine. It's just a weird show. It's country folk. They probably want me to do more Jeff Foxworthy jokes.
Yeah, I know if you're a redneck, if.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a Larry the Cable Guy type audience. But hey, somebody's got to make these people laugh.
A couple of those, you're a redneck if jokes, those will make you laugh. If he's got a couple ones, but it's just like when he does a million of them in a row, it's too much.
After a little bit, it's like, I get it.
But some of them will get you right there in the funny bone. You know what I'm saying, Mike?
Yeah, I do.
You know what I mean, Michael? I do.
But yeah, that's what I did tonight. So it was interesting.
Proud of you, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to that buffalo. You got any closing thoughts?
Rise and grind, people. Wake up tomorrow and seize the day. Carpe diem.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that completely. I think that's a great thing to say to people.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you're wrong.
I want to seize the day tomorrow.
I think what we're going to do is give you guys a little bit, some soothing sounds. Let's bookend you with some Jackson Browne.
JB bookend? I'm into it.
Should we do some Doctor My Eyes?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a classic banger. If you guys ever want to just feel better about, your life or anything, Jackson Browne's a person that you can Google.
Uh-huh.
And he's got some hits for you. But
love you guys. Thanks for listening.
This has been the Brothers Turner. God bless and good night. We love you all in very weird ways.
Doctor, my eyes have seen the years and the slow parade of fears without crying. Now I want to understand. I have done all that I could to see the evil and the good without hiding. You must help me if you can. Doctor, my eyes, tell me what is wrong. Was I unwise to leave them open for so long? As I have wandered through this world, and as each moment has unfurled, I've been waiting to awaken from these dreams. People go just where they will. I never noticed them until I got this feeling that it's later than it seems. Doctor, my eyes, tell me what you see. I hear their cries. Just say if it's too late for me. To cry.
This has been another great presentation of the Four-Eyed Radio Network. You can catch more shows at foureyedradio.com.